Voters in President Trump's home state have big choices ahead of them as the midterm elections quickly approach. One America's Elma Aksalic has more on today's primary races in New York.
People in the Big Apple will head to the polls to decide which candidate they'll mark on their midterm ballots. 3 main battleground races are taking place, beginning with the state's 11th congressional district. In Staten Island, Republican Representative Michael Grimm is looking to unseat fellow Republican incumbent Dan Donovan for the congressional seat, who ironically replaced Grimm 2 terms prior. Back in 2014, Grimm resigned from his seat in Congress after pleading guilty to federal tax fraud charges. He served 7 months in prison for those charges and is hoping to make a comeback in November. Since then, Grimm has gained the support of former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci, who joined him on his campaign trail.
We all know the names: Loretta Lynch, James Comey. Remember them? Yeah, my opponent couldn't stop saying how he was such close friends with them. All their minions. They were all out to use their power to circumvent the justice system and, what most important, our democracy and your vote.
Recently, over Twitter, President Trump announced his endorsement for Donovan, who he says will continue to make America great again. The president added Donovan will win for Republicans in November and that there is no one better to represent New York and Staten Island. Donovan has highlighted issues such as strengthening the economy, tax reform, and replacing Obamacare throughout his campaign.
We should create opportunities for your children who are graduating from college. We have to lessen the tax burden on people who are working very hard. You should have the opportunity to spend more of your hard-earned money, and government should be spending less of it. We ought to make our country a place where businesses want to start and where businesses want to stay. We ought to let you choose what health care provider takes care of your families.
New York Senate primaries will also be underway on Tuesday as candidates are vying for a seat held by Democrat Kirsten Gillibrand, who was first appointed under Senator Chuck Schumer back in 2009. She will be facing off with Republican candidate Shel Farley for a spot on the November ballot.
Too many politicians care more about making headlines and hashtags than making a difference for the families they're supposed to represent. And among the worst offenders is U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand.
Finally, setting the stage for the gubernatorial elections in September, progressive candidate and former Sex and the City star Cynthia Nixon will face off against New York Governor Andrew Cuomo in the Democratic primary. Cuomo has held the seat for 2 terms, but also faces a challenge from Republican candidate Marcus Molinaro, who has received numerous endorsements from his party in the state and most recently at the New York GOP state convention.
When are we going to break the chains of self-interested government? When are we going to free ourselves from the humiliating corruption in Albany that not only taxes our wallet but our spirit? When will we have had enough? It has to be now.
While President Trump only received 36% of the vote during the 2016 election, Republicans currently hold the majority in the predominantly blue state. Elma Aksalic, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.